Welcome back, Doomers, to my walkthrough campaign of Doom 2016. Hopefully you watched part 1.
The Argent Tower is destroyed. The portal can no longer be closed from this side. The hell energy flows from a location in their world we call the Well. But you've returned. The only flesh and blood to walk between dimensions. So there may be a way. Vega is trying to access Olivia's files. If you can get to the nearest terminal, we will provide you with information. That's all for now.
Doom Guy's gone for like 10 minutes, and Hell is now unleashing a constant stream of even more powerful demons. Cacodemons now patrol the outside of the Argent facility. Look at these little fuckers running around and breaking shit. They're like out-of-control children, but worse because they're children of the devil. Well, look at this piece of shit. That's what you get. Just look at them. Look at those fuckers. Causing mayhem. They are cool visuals, though.
Olivia has an artifact in her private lab that we've been studying for years. I believe you can use it to find the answers you seek. It bears your mark.
Olivia's personal laboratory is not part of the registered facilities database. Alpha-level clearance will be required to locate it. Granted.
You can access her Lazarus facility from the north sector of the Advanced Research Complex, about 80 kilometers away.
I'll bring the tram power online to take you there, but you'll need a UAC corporate facilities clearance card to activate it. There is a security station nearby.
I really like these environmental designs. Like, they're just gnarly, covered in blood and gore. Like you feel you're in a horror movie. Ah, yes. One of the best parts of the game. Get to fight the Pinkies. Oh, shit. I fucking love these demons. I think I have some of the most fun playing against them. They're tough, but I like killing them. They're so adorable in their own horrifying way. I like freezing them and then just shooting the back. Right there. Simple as that. Oh, and the glory kills are so nasty. Using the hologram feels cool because it's just a cool visual. The fact that you feel like there's two of you working. Damn, there's another Pinky over here. And I just have a lot of... Oh my god, there's two more Pinkies. Yes. I remember the first time I played this part of the level, it was so hard because I didn't really know how to traverse or how to dodge these things because they just come right at you like a straight line and they're so strong. But once you figure it out and if you have the right weapons, it's pretty easy. I really appreciate the pace of this level considering that the last mission was a Hell mission, and that one was pretty tough when you got to take on the Barons of Hell. But the cool thing is that this mission is actually the destroyed version of mission number 4, the Argent facility. So what they really did really well here is they recycled pieces of it that worked while making it new. Because large parts of the facility are now closed and they're off limits, but there's new areas where you were previously inaccessible, so now you can explore, like these areas, and destroy the gore nest and move forward. Again, I really like the visuals of what goes on here, because again, the demons come at you, but it's a little bit, I don't want to say easier. Yeah, take down my chain down. It's not that it's a little bit easier, but it's not as intense as it was when you had to take on so many Barons of Hell and so many other things. So that in itself makes this level really good.
Security clearance required.
See, again, these Axis keycards. They're like currency in this game.
You cannot send a team in to retrieve it.
I am the head of this corporation. All your work and discoveries here belong to me. He was mine before you even found him.
access.
I sometimes
granted.
forget just how tall Samuel Hayden's robot is. Replaying this part, I watched Train to Busan last night. An amazing zombie flick. Please check it out. So this kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Ready for
Only instead of
departure.
taking on zombies, I'm taking on
Please be
demons.
seated. The tram is now ready to depart. The UAC's Advanced Research.
It's time we meet in person. My office is on the second floor of this facility.
This mission is interesting. So this is the next mission, Advanced Research Complex. And right here, every time when the Mancubus is taking on these dead, I don't know why they have to fight each other. You know, you'd think that the forces of hell would align themselves to take me on, but no, they get chainsawed and killed because they're just killing each other. So they make my job easier. But I don't need their help, because I'm really good at killing them. Yes. God, I love these explosives.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
We are not advancing enough applicants, and our faith is nothing without believers. We cannot conduct our work without them.
And what kind of work
I
is it
appreciate that
you're
you don't have to
doing,
stick around and
Olivia?
watch the
I haven't
holograms.
seen
Like,
reports
again, they
from
give you
your
more
team in months
backstory.
now, have I?
But if you just want to
Can I trust
blow
that
past
you can
them, you
maintain your
can.
distance and control of the situation.
But I like the lore.
Of course. I believe in our work, but in order to make progress, we will have to make even greater sacrifices.
This isn't progress, it's madness. The board understands the peculiar nature of your work, and no one is in the dark on what those sacrifices mean to mankind. But your judgment is no longer considered sound.
Demonic presence.
Oh God.
Lockdown in effect.
I like how we're in this it's super advanced, highly clean, advanced research complex, and then just red, gore nest. Everything here is just willing to kill you. That's what I'm here for. Yes. Here's another example of why the game is so immersive and so loved. Basically, as Doom Guy, you already feel unstoppable. You feel like a killing machine. So the fact that they can even up the ante that much more is fucking insane. The Berserk power-up is just so much fun. As soon as you get it, you know that you are going to use your bare hands to rip these fuckers apart.
not be alarmed by the system update. It is a prototype of our interdimensional tether. A means for me to pull you back from hell. I'm sorry for the jolt, but I didn't think you'd allow its installation voluntarily. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I have supplies in my office. This way, please.
Samuel Hayden is such an interesting character. The fact that he's a robot automatically makes me like him, but he's probably one of the worst people to work for. He's probably a really shitty boss. I mean, one, all of his employees basically got killed by a hell cult. Two, he systematically unleashed hell on Earth. Three, he needs to take an ethics class. Because even though he might be willing to do certain things, I mean, he knew about the cult, he knew about the human experiments, so I don't know. Is he a bad guy? I'm not sure. That's a dope-ass statue of me, though.
Tower is devastating, but I am committed to helping you close the portal. All of our work and understanding of their world is derived from the inscriptions on a large stone artifact we pulled from Hell in the earliest days of the program. We call it the Helix Stone. It is our most closely guarded asset. Olivia was obsessed with it. From it, we learned how to manipulate Hell's energy, bend it to our will, take advantage of their resources. It also led us to you. The Helix Stone showed us how to harness the power of the well. I believe it will show you how to shut it down. For years, Olivia has kept the Helix in her private office in the Lazarus Labs, which is only accessible through a secure elevator from the Advanced Research Complex across the chasm. Your affinity for guns is apparent. I'm confident you'll find something useful there as well. The service elevator is at the end of the hall.
When I think of the platforming in Doom 2016, I always think of this level. Mostly because there's a lot of things you can actually pick up here, from data logs, a super health, we got some armor, a collectible. There's a lot of different things that are really cool here. But the fact of the matter is, it tricks you, because if you want to progress with the story, you got to get into this little area. I guess we've upgraded from those cards. Now we're just taking whole torsos. But it makes sense. I gotta open up this door. I gotta get the BFG, which stands for, if you don't know by now, the big fucking gun. Of course, in order to get the gun, you gotta go through this puzzle, which is actually pretty easy.
Unauthorized personnel confirmed. Expulsion to commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activating laser security system.
The BFG is definitely the most overpowered gun in the entire game. And that's what's so cool about it, because when you're being overwhelmed, you can use it to even the playing field. It's a handheld plasma cannon, and it launches green energy, as you just saw, and has fucking eviscerated everybody. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this for the rest of the game.
Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown.
This is honestly one of my favorite encounters in the entire game. After you blow up the gore nest, subtly, the demons start popping out, but they're not all at once. It takes a little bit of time, and then before you know it, you are overwhelmed. And that's why you get the BFG. They want you to use it. Basically, the streams of the Argent energy that comes out are attracted to the source of the hell energy that the demons have. So when you shoot it at one of them, it kind of kills everything on screen. So it's a good way to be like a one-hit destructor when you're running low on health and ammo. And as you can see from my armor rune that I'm using, anytime that I have more than, I believe, 80 armor or 75 armor, I don't remember, basically all of the ammo that I have is unlimited. I don't think it works with BFG. That doesn't matter because all it takes is a well-timed shotgun blast, and that's all I need, as you can see. Oh, motherfucker. Pressure keeps mounting, you gotta keep shooting, you gotta keep moving. You can't stop. If you stop, you die. It's kind of like some demented dance where you have to keep on switching your weapons, finding out which weapon works best for which encounter, which enemy. Right here, the BFG, bam, destroys everybody. But as you can see, it didn't get shielded guy over here. But that's okay, because I got him with the Gauss cannon.
Disengaged. Alert. Lazarus service elevator now arriving. Demonic presence at unsafe level. Lockdown.
Just when you thought you were done, here come the Barons. God, these fucking demons hit so hard.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
You'll find the Helix Stone in Olivia's private archival lab deep within this facility.
God, I love this visual so much.
But if you came to us for a reason, you might be able to see something in it we haven't.
So this is the Lazarus Lab. Another one of my favorite levels just because of how expansive it is.
It is not a mistake that he has come into our possession. The demons prophesied his return. If he awakes, it could jeopardize the entire mission.
Fuck
For he
yeah, I
is the
am.
only one who can stand against them.
One of these bastards gonna learn.
Attention to all Lazarus.
Don't fuck with hell energy.
There will be an open forum to resolve.
Gotta remind him. A lot of this is second nature. It feels so good.
Volunteers are currently needed for the UAC's exciting
There we go.
research program.
Olivia activated the hell wave from
Cool as
somewhere
visuals.
inside this facility. I did hope she could rise above their influence. I was wrong. She proved to be weaker than I thought she'd be.
I'm technically in the heart of the initial demonic invasion. Basically, you know, got to get the Argent accumulator. Of course, I'm gonna have to fight something to get it. Yeah, motherfucker. Thinking he's all cool. He's dead is what he is. Ugh. Nasty. Yep. This is where Olivia is basically kind of utilizing her underlings to basically experiment on all kinds of demons. Like this room in particular has so many demon pieces. Like it kind of reminds me of, okay, again, another movie reference. Reminds me of Independence Day, right? Will Smith, Jeff Goldblum go to that one base, and then that one dude is showing, oh, Area 51, yeah, aliens fell before, and now we have them in these places to kind of study them. We have them in these glass tubes filled with liquid. I mean, that's just a bad idea because they will escape. Now in here, they're not escaping, but there's plenty of other demons that I gotta kill. Even the fact right there, they're just fucking with this Mancubus corpse. I mean, I don't know. Just the idea of fucking with it is insane to me. But the Lazarus Labs, kind of what it says from the wiki, is a subdivision of the Advanced Research Complex. So it's something that's only accessible at the highest clearance level. It's really hard to know what they're doing here, which you'd think Samuel Hayden would know, being the director of UAC. But basically, being Olivia Pierce's division, this is where they get nasty with the minions of hell.
You should not have allowed his location.
Who's she talking to? Is it the Icon of Sin? Is it Satan himself? I don't know.
It was not me. It was Samuel. He led them to his tomb. Please, we can overcome this. I promise. The gate will be opened as planned.
Oh,
Manual
do it.
security activated.
that's where I was
All
sleeping.
terminals now accessible.
And I don't get it. Experimenting on demons, augmenting demons, creating portals to bring hell on Earth, sacrificing personnel to cleanse and transform them into demons, getting visions. Go get the Crucible.
The Crucible.
It's all wild.
That's what she was looking for. Vega, did you get the location?
Yes. It is located in an uncharted region of the Titan's realm, but we'll need to rupture another Argent accumulator to create the portal. The only accumulator in this sector is in specimen CD-587.
You're going to have to remove it. Once you've extracted the accumulator, it will become unstable. The ruptured casing should cause a rift strong enough to send you back to their world. We can determine your point of entry using the tether system I uploaded to your suit. Retrieving the Crucible is critical. Without it, we have no way of shutting down the well and closing the Hell portal here on Mars.
Demonic presence at compensating level. Lockdown.
the deeper I go, the crazier shit I find. We got a temple where they're praying to demons, I'm assuming. Look at this. I thought going to Catholic church sometimes was bad. Jesus Christ. Look at this. Yep. Human sacrifice. Oh, damn. Look at that gore.
Lazarus Wave at full charge, ready for activation.
This hell will redirect the course of mankind. On this day, we make our contribution to their cause. Our salvation lies with them.
I pulled you from that tomb in the Cattinger Sanctum for this reason. I knew she was weak. Our work doesn't come without risks, and I released you from your prison to help mitigate those risks. I knew that in the event of a catastrophe, you'd be the only thing that could stop it.
Beyond presence of unsafe lockdown in effect. Safe lockdown in effect.
You will need to rip out the Argent accumulator powering the Cyber Demon. Destabilizing the core will cause a rift that will send you back to hell. Once the Crucible is in your possession, we will pull you out.
Yep, this is always a bad sign. When you have a bunch of things you can stock up on. Yep, let's do it. Because this is one of the first boss battles in the entire game. This is where we take on the fucking Cyber Demon. And boy, is he angry. Damn. I love this cinematic. I feel like this is one of the few demons that isn't fucking afraid of you. Like, look at him. Oh, and he's upgraded. Now, this is one of the harder boss fights for me. Every time I play it, I have a hard time with him. Mostly because he's in 2 stages. But the tactic that I use is if you have the Gauss Cannon in siege mode, basically you can just kind of keep shooting at his head. As you can see, I keep kind of getting rid of his health that way. But he's got his hell waves that he shoots out. If you use the siphon grenades, that's a good way to get some of your health back. Otherwise, he will fuck you up. And then the other thing is with the missiles that he keeps kind of shooting and stomping. You just got to kind of get your distance and then just kind of keep shooting at him like this. That's the easiest way to get through him this first time. And just dodge. Dodge, dodge, dodge. And again, throw the grenades when you can. Then simply, he's gone. He's dead. Get some of that ammo. Get some of that stuff. Glory. Bam. Like a fucking hard ass. Fuck. Use this to take me back to hell. Now we go for round 2. And this time you cannot escape, so you gotta watch out for this. So here using the BFG is a good idea, but I mean he keeps coming at you, so you gotta kind of run around. The second stage is much harder, but I like using the micro missiles on the assault rifle. Again, you gotta kind of keep running, gotta get that health that he kind of drops. Use the siphon grenades when you can, like that. But again, you can't escape sometimes, so you gotta be very careful. And the micro missiles don't cause as much damage as my siege mode for the Gauss cannon, but you run out of ammo, so unless you're really good at dodging, which I'm not, it's kind of hard. A little bit of kind of background. I love the Cyber Demon's design because he looks so fucking cool. Basically, what the wiki says is this. The physical appearance of the Cyber Demon pays tribute to its original appearance in a number of different ways. It is incredibly large, at least double the size of a Baron of Hell. It has pale pinkish skin that is covered in natural armor that moves and covers the majority of its body. Considered to be the most significant marker of success in the development of Argent organic research, the Cyber Demon is the flagship creation of the Lazarus Project. They made this motherfucker. Basically, Doom Guy in Hell millennia ago beat the shit out of him, from what I understand, and now this dude is just angry, wants to kill me back. But he's enhanced, right? He's kind of like Krauser in Resident Evil 4. But I beat the shit out of him because I'm that good. You just gotta keep shooting it till he dies. But he just absorbs so much punishment. And then you step into here to go to the Titan's Realm, which is the next mission. And the Titan's Realm is so fucking cool. Because, again, it's just a giant-ass Titan demon monster, again, that in the lore, Doom Guy fought. And basically, they fought for like hundreds of days or whatever, until finally the Titan fell. And I mean, he was like one of those last ditch, we got you, Doom Guy, we're gonna get you. The demons didn't know what was going on. They got fucked up.
Deep in the tablets of hell, across eons, and each battle etched terror in the hearts of the demons.
Look at it.
They knew he would
Then to start the level, you gotta go down the mouth,
as he
into the body. And that's fucking cool. And then we got these floaty fat boys. Again, unlimited ammo as long as I have a good amount of armor. Just don't get hit. Easier said than done though. That didn't work. Didn't have enough. God, I hate these cacodemons so much. All they do is fly around and just... Ugh, they're just annoying. Killing them feels good. I love this level because, one, it's inside a giant demon carcass. Oh, I fucking hate these Lost Souls. These little suicide boys that keep coming at you. I hate them so much. Oh, God. Of course, there they are, laughing at me. Oh, shit. Yep, almost died. But no, I really like this area because this is one of those things where there's just remains everywhere, just remains of just dead-ass demons. Oh, fuck. Again, try to get behind them, but sometimes you can't. And so, fuck. When you do, it's much easier to kill. God, I am sucking right now. As you can see, I have saving throw put on right now. The way that it works is, if you're about to die, it slows everything down and gives you the opportunity to come back from the dead. I forgot that I had it on, but I put it on after the Cyber Demon, just in case I was dying. as I walk around getting more ammo and stuff, you know, another thing that I really like about this game is the fact that it's so self-aware. First and foremost, this game is about killing demons. That's it. If it's not for you, then move on. That's literally the motto of this game. I respect that you're thrown right into the action, like, especially that first level, right? No bad guys giving you plot points, telling you their overall plan. No real tutorial. It's just kind of you waking up, killing demons. It's like, again, second nature. And again, picking up the game again in celebration of Doom Eternal, which comes out this week, I fell right back into it. Because before this, I was playing a lot of Wolfenstein. Specifically, I was playing through all of the Youngblood. And before that, I played the Old Blood. And before that, of course, Wolfenstein 2, and I replayed 1. And that has a very specific feel to it, even though it's made by Bethesda as well. So here, I remember kind of trying to get back to it a couple of months ago and just thinking to myself, oh, I have to get used to the weapon wheel, all the different weapons, and just how aggressive everything is. Like this fucking Revenant that won't die. There we go. Bazooka him. Bam. But it's strange to me because after I actually sat down and all right, I'm going to play through this, I'm going to enjoy it. After the first couple of fights, it felt like putting a glove on again, you know? It just felt natural. It's kind of like seeing an old friend. Because in my first walkthrough, you know, I was really much into the combat shotgun. I used the rocket launcher a lot. I used the plasma gun. But in this, as I'm replaying through all of it in one go throughout the week, I'm using the super shotgun a lot more. I'm using chainsaw as much as I can for the animations. I'm trying to really live in this world. And that's the important part, because you kind of find out everything that's going on like the Doom guy. There's plenty of lore in the data logs that you pick up, in the actual, you know, like cutscenes that you kind of see, because there aren't really any cutscenes. If you'll notice, it never turns to third person. It's always from your perspective, and I respect that so much, because you're in it, you're learning it, you're seeing it from his eyes. You don't have to read the data logs. If you're the kind of person that just wants to go in and just fight things and you're in for the challenge, this game's for you. But if you want to get more into the lore and read the data logs, you can get that story. You can get that background. I remember playing this and one of my buddies was like, Doom has a story? It's like, it does. It's in there. Oh, Jesus Christ. Here's the Baron. Fuck. Oh, here we go. Damn. I fucked him up. But there is a story to it. But you have to look for it. At its most bare bones, it's... You're this dude that wakes up, hell's trying to invade Mars, you gotta stop him. That's literally the plot. But it does such a good job of respecting the lore of Doom 1 and Doom 2 because people love this franchise. And I never really thought about it until this game came out. Again, shout out to Stephen Clark, Peppermint Gent on Twitter. If it wasn't for this guy, for one of my best friends, this guy right here, he rented Doom and said, Rafa, you're gonna love this game. Because he knows I like that demonic shit. And I'm like, whatever, whatever. And I don't like playing video games that often. And during this time, he was like, I'm going to come over, we're going to play it. Or I think I went to his house and I played it there. And I fucking fell in love. I felt so bad because he had rented it and I asked to borrow it. And then basically I never gave it back to him. To this day, I don't know if you ever passed the game, Steven. If you ever want it back, I'm more than welcome to let you play it. We should play Doom Eternal together, but... It was a great experience. And again, because you're in the shoes and you decide how much you want to be invested in the story. And it can either be, oh, there's no story, I'm just going to kill things. Or there's a lot of story and I want to, you know, live through that. And that's the beauty of this game. Oh, goddamn acid. Puzzles, platforming, shooting guns. Trying to solve these puzzles. Finding collectibles, pressing skull switches, fuck, and then having more bad guys get you. Here we go. Now I don't have to worry about feeling bad at all. Again, mad respect for the chainsaw. It makes killing these guys so much more fun. Especially because they don't stop. Well, I don't want them to.
Stand before the horde, but the Doomslayer. Despair spread before him like a plague.
Fucking break everything. Look how all these barrels are here. Can I blow them up with my fists? I think I can. Come on. There we go. Yes! Damn, look how dumb these imps are. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck you, summoner. Just a good variety of death. Shit, another something. Also, in this gameplay, I've become much more confident in my abilities. Normally, whenever a summoner comes out, I'd always get the rocket launcher, the one that it kind of hones in. But here, just kind of keep shooting until it dies. And that's really the motto. Oh, shit. See, again, BFG, handy as fuck. The Necropolis is another interesting hell area. This location also really cool. Lots of things to do here. Lots of demons to kill. Very similar to Titan's Realm, but a little bit different.
And in his terrible rancor between worlds, and through time, the Hellwalker found the wretch who shall not be named, but in his heresy was one to his cause. Wretch atoned.
This area kind of looks like a temple. The lore states that it's kind of another land that the Hell Dimension kind of absorbed. So it's native to like maybe alien civilizations or maybe another Earth, depending. So that in itself is really cool, kind of that concept of how Hell just keeps conquering specific realms and bringing them into Hell. I think that's really cool, especially when we get to Argentinur. That's an area, again, that was subjugated by Hell itself. So that's kind of cool in this area, especially as you're kind of running around. Lots of sacrificial offerings all over the place. So I like that aspect. Lots of bad guys to kill. Again, they're spawning like nothing just because we are in Hell and it's easier, I guess, for them to kind of come out of nowhere. Many of the structures here are religious or spiritual, and they've all been corrupted as these temples that service the Dark Lord himself. Not Voldemort, but Satan, you know, one of those. This song fucking rips. As I continue to kill demons, I wanted to share some more of my favorite editorials, musings, and memes that came out with Doom. This one is from Ardix Viper that I found on Reddit a while ago. He's the OG Mayhem and Slaughter Master. You wanted a whole moon base cleared out with no complaints? Call Doom Guy. You want the minions of Hell pushed back into Hell and no one arguing about who was gonna do it? You call Doom Guy. You stay in Hell to guard the portals to prevent demons from coming back through and killing more defenseless rabbits? Yeah, Doom Guy is your man. You wake up eons later after being tricked and encased in a tomb because the demons were that terrified of you, and fight to the death to prevent you from ever waking up again because they know you'll just kick their asses all over again. Holy shit, I think someone called Doom Guy. Here's another one. And I talked a little bit about this in the last video. Shut Up and Play Vivian James on Tumblr said, heard a complaint about Doom 2016 being too linear and forcing the player down a certain path by locking the doors on the player when you reach an arena-style part of a level until all demons are killed. Look, if you weren't going to rip and tear every single demon in the first place, you're not playing Doom right. The doors are locked to make sure the demons can't run away from you. Here we have another one that I found on Tumblr, but this one doesn't have an author. I think people who complain about the violent messages that Doom is delivering are overreacting. This game is clearly suitable for Christian audiences, adults and youth included, for the simple fact that it's a game about killing Satans. We're doing God's work here. And God, I hate these invisible pinkies so much. I also really like this YouTube comment that's on the Doom soundtrack. It's from The Monolith. Ah yes, my favorite genre of music. Violence.
Yet as the mighty Titan fell, and dread engulfed the armies of Doom, the demon priests.
Oh, I like how this level just keeps raising the stakes. Like, here's a monster, here's a Baron, here's a Spectre, here's some Pinkies, here's the Cyber Mancubus. Oh no, that's another Baron. So here we finally get to the Crucible, but of course, it's guarded by this motherfucker. God, when I first played this game, this was the hardest boss for me. I could not get past him. I think it took me like 4 tries, my first playthrough. I just couldn't figure it out. And then when he finally does die, and then you gotta fight 2 more, Jesus, that sucked. But basically, so this is another one of the boss fights. For the most part, as long as you kind of evade the different attacks that he has with his mace, when he hits the ground, when he comes at you, specifically with that shield, when he kind of has those openings, again, just use siege mode, duck that if you can, but as you saw, I couldn't. But as long as you're using siege mode and you keep attacking him with the Gauss cannon, it's a good way to kind of get rid of his life as quickly as possible. Aim for the head, that's the best place, but like I said, it only works when he doesn't have a shield. And again, time the jump perfectly. And he'll be pretty easy. You just kind of have to evade, keep walking around, wait for it. Again, keep it in siege mode. If you don't have this gun, then I would recommend probably the super assault rifle. That tends to be a little bit helpful as well. But again, dodge. And then, as you see, you just kind of keep knocking them down. Basically, this thing is a Hellguard. And these are the things that basically protect the Crucible. They are the Guardians. And you gotta defeat them in order to get it, which really sucks. The way that Wikipedia explains them is there's some sort of biological mech. So like this is like an Evangelion, but instead it's organic, hell organic, I guess. Because the real monster, oh yeah, it also has this fucking flame attack that sucks. But easily available if you can jump at the right time, which I was not doing. But basically there are these giant little, they're like these little tiny parasites that ultimately just use this. But I kind of break through, kill the shit out of it, and then I'm able to do what I need to. But of course, this part, he dies, and then 2 more pop up. But these aren't as hard because these don't have the shields on as much, so they're not as difficult to take on. And once you, again, figure out the pattern, that's all you really have to do. When you run out of the actual Argent fuels to power your gun, then kind of do what you can. In this case, I'm using the mini rockets. I love the mini rockets. Don't do as much damage, but it's something that you can kind of keep shooting until you get there. Again, comes at you with a spinning attack, shooting fireballs. The cool thing is the more that you stun them, the more that they drop health and ammo. Now, the cool thing is at some point, they will be able to actually start throwing a blast at you, and when that happens, you can actually knock them back, which will stun them. Also, keep using the siphon grenades. That'll be helpful. And you just kind of have to kind of evade them as much as necessary. That 1 life bar is basically for both of them, so don't worry about having to do 2 separate life bars. So yeah, you just gotta kind of get through the exoskeleton to get at the parasite. And now that I kind of know what I'm doing, see, I stunned him, so you can go kind of keep attacking him. But again, he drops all kinds of health. Once you know what you're doing, this boss fight is actually really fun. Again, see, stunned him when he was shooting at me. Just kind of keep doing this. You'll be able to glory kill. Right there, fucking violent. We got 1 more. That's it. Yeah, this just feels so satisfying. And that's it. Like I said, once you've upgraded all your guns and you kind of keep just moving, it's like a dance. You just kind of gotta learn your parts. You pick up the Crucible, and that's it. And now you're ready to go on and go back to Mars and basically stop hell once and for all. These are the Night Sentinels. Again, the lore is there if you want to look into it. If not, it's just a hologram. But with that, I think I'm going to end part 2. Thank you guys for watching. Part 3 coming soon.